When you create a presentation, you often have more than one slide. Each slide has its own unique layout. This slide that we have in this presentation, for example, if I go to the Home tab and go to the Layout button, tells me that this is a title slide. Now, in addition to title slide, I can see that there are a variety of slides. In fact, there are actually 14 different types of layouts that I can choose from. And each of these layouts actually has what's called a slide master behind it. The slide master, I guess, is like the background. Let's have a look at the slide master. If I go to View in the ribbon, I have the option Slide Master in my Master Views group. And Slide Master will take me into the background behind the scenes, so to speak. And here on the left-hand side, in what we would normally see the slide pane, is we see a number of masters. Now each of these masters sits behind each of the slide layouts that we typically see in the Home tab. Now if you decided you didn't need all 14 types of slide layouts, you could actually delete the master and that would effectively delete the slide. I might decide, for example, this slide layout here, title and vertical text, I don't need it. I'm not going to use it. So what I'll do is I'll actually right click and I'll delete this particular layout. I might decide this option here also, vertical text title and text layout, I don't need either. So I'll right click and I'll delete that layout. Now to get out of the slide master, click the Close Master View button. And when I go back to the Layout button, I'll see that I'm actually missing a couple of options. So as you go to the slide master and you delete layouts or change layouts, you will immediately affect all the slides that are based on that layout. Let's have a look, for example, at headers and footers. I'm going to go to the Insert tab and I'm going to go to Header and Footer. What I'd like to do is I'd like to apply a date to each of my slides, but I don't want to apply it to my title slide, so I'll tick Don't Show on the title slide. I'd like to show a date that either updates automatically or doesn't change at all. So I could put Created in front of the 17th of the 7th, 2017. So that will show a date and time. When I click, and also here on the preview, in the bottom right corner, it's telling me that is typically where the date and time will appear. Now if I tick slide number, this option here has just gone black. So that tells me that the slide number will be applied to all slides but not the title slide, and it will appear here on the left hand side. If I then tick footer, I can add some text to the footer, which, going by this black portion here, is at the bottom of the slide, and I'll just put Software Solutions. And I'll apply to all. Now I'm not actually seeing it because the one slide I've got here is a title slide, and I said don't apply it to the title slide. So let's go to the Home tab in the ribbon, let's go to New Slide, and let's insert a Title and Content slide. A Title and Content slide becomes slide 2, and notice down here on the right hand side is the created date. Over here is my footer text, and over here is my slide number 2. Now if I wanted to make that slide number larger, or I wanted to format anything that was on my slide, I would go into the Slide Master. Instead of actually formatting each slide, go and find the master that sits behind the slide and edit it there. Then all slides applied to that layout will be updated. So I'll go to View and I'll go to Slide Master. Here is my slide number, just showing as a hash, and I need to really click so that I get the handles around this. I'm then going to go to Home, and I might make it larger. So instead of 20, as I roll down, I might make it 36. And I can resize the little placeholder so it stands out more. And I'll also make it bold. If I then go to the Slide Master tab in my ribbon and close the master view, I will see that the slide number is now bold and a lot bigger. If I wish to make Software Solutions slightly bigger and bold, then I'll go back to View, Slide Master. I'll click Software Solutions. I'll go to Home and I'll increase the font size. This time I might grow the font by clicking this button. Each time I click it, it gets bigger. I then might change the color to maybe a dark green and make it bold. No, I'll take the bold off. So there, I formatted it. So if I then go to Slide Master and close the Slide Master, I can see that that's been updated. Now if I was to add another slide just to show you, go to New Slide, Title and Content, you'll see that it automatically has the slide number, automatically has the date, and automatically has Software Solutions. And because I changed the font size and the font attributes in the Slide Master, all slides now created based on title and content will automatically have that appearance. Now let's just delete this slide 3. I'm going to right click slide 3 and I'm going to delete the slide. So we've inserted date and time, we've inserted a slide number, and we've inserted some footer text. If you wish to add any extra text, I'm just going to go back to View and back to Slide Master. And I might add a text box. To do this, I'll go Insert and I'll choose Text Box. I might then click somewhere on the slide and just add some text. And I'll put copyright, all rights reserved. I'll then select the placeholder frame so that everything in that placeholder will be automatically affected, and I'll just shrink the font. And then I'll just drag it and I'll place it up in the corner here. I'll then close the Slide Master by going to Slide Master in the ribbon and close Slide Master. And there I can see it automatically. On slide 2, again if I went New Slide, Title and Content, there's my slide 3 automatically with that text appearing in the top left corner. And then I'll right click slide 3 and delete it. You can also add additional placeholders. To do this, you would go to View and you would go to Slide Master. If you wanted to add a placeholder, you would insert a placeholder. You might insert a placeholder that's designed to hold text, or to hold a picture, or to hold a table, etc. So for example, I might click on this Slide Master here, and I might go to Insert Placeholder, and I might choose Text. I then drag, and I've created a placeholder on this particular slide to allow them to add bulleted text. If I want to remove it, I'll simply click the edge of it and press the Delete key. So when you look at the Slide Master tab in the ribbon, you can insert placeholders, you can insert footers, you can even change the themes and the fonts and the colors as we've done before. You can even change the background style as we've looked at before, and you can change the slide size. You can easily delete a master as we've done by using the right click, but you could also rename a master. And to get out of the Slide Master, we simply go Close Slide Master View.